Hi everyone, my name is Waleed and I'm a civil engineer in UK. So I was working on the grading plans of a services area. As you can see, this is the XREF that I have in my drawing that shows that we have the amenity building, we have some parking areas, delivery, main parking area, SBXTT, Starbucks drive through, and we have a pond here. So I was already drawing a bit of this grading plans, so I thought it may be a good idea to show how the basic the grading tools works in the civil 3D, or how I use in civil 3D. So this is basically a long process. It took days and weeks in order to achieve the final design, but at least I can help you show that how I do in the civil 3D. So let's get started. And so this is as is the site. So I have already done the road parts and some of these parts, and I have my contours on. I have my external reference drawing into the drawing, and as I can see, this is a steep slope. So let's start from somewhere here. There are different ways we can do. So we can see this is the road, and in order to, I would like to see start from like what the gradients are here. So I will select my surface, go to the labels in the top. You can see the labels, add surface labels, surface slope, yes, click add. So I will do the 2 point. I will do would like to see the grade to this point to this point is in 1 in 39.95, so it's almost 2.5%. That works fine, it is accepted. And I also have my surfaces. I have two surfaces. One is existing ground surface that I have loaded from the topographic survey data, and second is the using the feature lines and putting it into the PG surface, like proposed ground surface. So I'm working with the PG surface comparing to the existing ground. So if I check the slope for the sideways, so I cross falls, check this one, 1 in 17. It is very steep. So we're going to change this one, and again see from this side to this side. It is 1 in 26. Again, I would like to go for 2.5%. That is 1 in 1 in 40. So how we can do this one is I have to try. So I will select my feature line here. Also select my this feature line, and we'll see. So there the level is, you can see the level on the bottom. On the bottom you will be able to see the levels. So the level is 38.193, and let's add a point here so that we can compare the levels. So I insert elevation point. It will comes at this one, so it will automatically gives the point of this feature line. So these are all feature lines, not the polylines. I hope you guys know about the feature lines. The feature lines are different from the polylines. So this level is 38.392, and this is here is 193. So what we can do here is 3392. We can lower this one, and if we lower this one, that would, I think, make disturbance here. Or let's select this one and check. This one is quick elevation editor. We can see this is a 2.5 gradient, and 2.5 we can increase maybe this to 3% or 3.5%, and it increases this one and then decreases this one. So if do the 2.5, so I think the problem we are having is this one is at 38. Let's see in the 3D view. To get right, select the surface, right click, add to model viewer, and try to locate this area and also add the feature lines, and we can add to the model viewer. So this one is a bit up and this is down, so we can just down this one maybe to match. This one is 38,392, and then let's say also change it to edit elevation 38.292, or maybe just 392 will also works. 38,392 is a bit flat now, and then we can lower. So this one is 38,193, so it goes higher 38.293. So it is 1 in 34 and then 1 in 33. So now we are getting there. So I want it in 1 in 40. So we can do it again 38,193, and then let's say a bit down 38.290, 38.280, 38 point. Okay, 38.270 for this one, and from this to this we can say that so this is for, let's say, so this is at 38.270, so this is at 38.170. Now this one is minus, and then this one is also, for example, if I delete this one again to do my surface, and then from this point to this point is minus 227, and we can just drag it a bit down. So here it was, because there was different vertices. So 37 is fine, and 1 in 56 on that side. So we can just drop a little bit more to 38.100. It's 2 down, so 38.150. Now it's roughly balanced. So this is, and also in 3D I can see now it has, it's not proper. So I will do is I will try to do is my feature line and use this quick attenuation tool. So from this is our point that we have came across, and I want to go up at maximum of maybe 3.5, and then 3.5, and on the bottom we want at maybe minus 2.5, and then minus 2.5. So it isn't proper. I will do is we can also do the elevation editor, for example this one. So I will look for this point here. I will close this one, and this point was 38,150. So let's say this one was our point, and we go like from select our different points. That point we have selected a bit further down. Select this one, and then do the constant grade. So you will select this one and say the constant grade, so it will do the constant grade, but now the slope is very steep, I can see from the contours. So let's draw and see how much is this one. So 1 in 5, so it's wrong, and we again have to go and work out. So these are the different tools that I will use to analyze and spend time and time and time. to come to a elevation point that works for the whole site. But here I can show you different methods that you can use. For example, here I can see these points are not looking very nice. So I click and then go to the model viewer and my feature lines to add into my model viewer, and you can see this one isn't proper. And so, but I can see this is, so I want this point somewhere here to this one at a proper elevation, and then or this can goes to this one. So let's try that. So I will first of all, my this point is at 38.027, and I will select this feature line that also has, so this one has a point of 38.027. So this starting point is fine, and then it goes to somewhere where it changes some of the points. So okay, I have this feature line here, and I would like to add this one into my model viewer. So this one is fine. So this one level is fine, but then it drops for the red line. So we can see this one is the right point. And then okay, we can just try to do is this feature line, selecting all this feature line, and then go to the elevation editor, and from the first point you can see this little triangle, that is our first point once we are in the feature line, just a bit, and then this one, and once we select all, so this will select all of our points, and I want to grade in between. You can see this is like minus 100% grade, so it's not proper, this one, and then the last one again the grading is not fully well established. So let's say we can do it a constant grade. Now in the 3D you can see the road is now properly looking, so I think it should be fine. Yeah, no any rough points. Also we will see the crossfall of the roads. So I will select this one and select the surface again, and then add a point, add the surface, 2 points, select this one to this one. 1 in 20 is not good. Okay, so yeah, 1 in 20 is not good. The crossfall should be 1 in maximum 40, that is 2.5% side slopes. Otherwise, it's very steep, you can see. So what can be done is to raise the level of this side, because this is, I can see the edge, so I don't play around with this one. I will try to play with this side. So this one is at 38.481, and what is this point here is 3827, so 481. So I will change it to something 38.337. So again 481. Because it's a small road, again 38 point, if I change it to 38.385, now it's in minus 145. So this is the grade. I'm happy with this one. So now I am going to select this feature line. Just remember that these are the points we are going to use, and I'm going to select, like, where are these points. So finding these points into So yeah, zoom in and we can see this is the point. I'm happy with this point, and let's grade it to select this one. 38.5 is good. And from start to this one, I will just going to create a constant grade at this point. Let's say it works. 39, yeah, 40 is fine. And also draw and check for some other stations. Select the first point, second point, 34. It should be fine. Or we can just increase a bit more and then again select that point that was here. I think so, yeah, 38.385, and goes all the way to this one and then change to constant grade, and this will help to see. And also add this feature line to model viewer. Yeah, this is already we have. So now we can see 566 quite slope. It is quite a level ground. So this is how I usually do the grading, and it will go one by one to see. And also we can use the quick elevation editor. So this one, quick elevation edit, we can see the slope is 2.28, 2.28. So we can't go like 2%, 3% for this slope. Longitudinal slope is fine. Even you can go up like 4, 5%. Depends on the topography of your site. And yeah, this one is gradual slope, and on the other side that is also, I would say, the gradual. Okay, so this is a drop of 8%. What side is this? Let's add to the model viewer. Okay, so this is this line. So this is the point difference we are having. So this is the where we are meeting the red line, and this one. To fix this one, we can, I think, what is the best way is to grade from the start point. I can see the start point is tying in with you can see this point is tying in with the red line. So this is, I think, we should keep, and then if it goes down, it should go on a grade. So we can also select this whole line, elevation editor, and the start point is basically the tying point. As you can see, this is grayed out and we can't change. It's because both these feature lines are in site 1. So if the feature lines are in the same site, it means if you change the elevation of this red line, the elevation, the vertices that of the blue line that is on the red line will also change, because these are in a single site. But if you have this site, this feature line is in different site and blue is in different site, then they will not change the elevation. For example, it's 39 and blue is 38, it comes all together. But if you have red line that is have the elevation of, let's say, 39, and you have blue line that was at 40, but if you have changed that level, it will automatically change to the blue line. So it's all together. So you have to make sure that if you're working on a site to site, you keep the elevations, keep the feature lines in one side. This will help you dynamic changes so that you know that you are doing the properly. So this, both my feature lines are in same side. That's why I can't do it, because this is dependent on the red line. So I can just do a select all to the end, and these are already at 3%. So I will just try to create to see if now it comes to 2.7%. That's good. So now I have this level, but again I have to see if I have to raise or lower again. What is this red line? So this is a okay, abnormal parking area. and then we have to check. This is again -1 in 14,721. That's not good. So this is how we have to do the gradings. And if I would like to see, for example, 3.77 slope, and I can see the elevation here, 42,497. But if I go here and say, let's say 42.081, so 500 millimeters is the difference. So I think this is not good. So we can also lower this line a bit, and then we can work out that way. So this is a lot of iterations. The main thing is you can see from the labels, I have 1 in 33 slope. This parking lot is quite, I think, already worked out. So I will add these feature lines into the my model view, and you can see this is a bit flat. So, and let's say if I want to change the elevation to like some percentage, I can show this one. For example, here I will select this feature line, quick create, and you can see this one is minus 0.90, and then it changes to something unusual that is like minus 139. So let's say I'm going at an elevation of minus 0.9, so I will keep that or maximum -1, and then say like minus 2.5 more or whatever is it. And similarly on this side it says so -1, so I can say like minus 2.5, and then minus 2.5, again minus, it goes again because this is different feature line, but it is you can see 92. So I have to work all the way from top to this one so that it all comes together at a certain point. So for example, I have this feature line and I can add this to the model viewer, and you can see this is something. Oh, so this is, you can see big jump here. So I have matched this one with the oncoming. So I have this point here already, and I have this top point. Let's say now we can grade between those. So I have got this point that we have. This is tying in with this down road. So we have this point is okay, and then we have the top elevation already. So we can select all and let's say grade. So this asks for the constant elevation. So constant elevation will change, for example, 41. So this will change everything into one elevation, but constant grade will give a proper grade to everything. For example, it goes at 286, so at certain grade. So I will click OK. Now it comes at minus, so the slope is quite not. So now this you can see tying in properly. Let's do this quickly for the other side as well. And this side has this point isn't figured out properly yet. So the quick way I can do is I can see this one isn't -1 in 19. So I will select my feature line. It says at 41 to 47, and I can change it to 41 147. Yeah, -600 fall will be fine. Now you can see this point is up, fall down. So from this one to this one, the slope is to this side. So now we have this point figured out. And again, elevation editor, select this point. I think, yeah, this one is the last point, and we can, so it goes all the way like this, but I don't want to go all the way to like this. So just to the, I think to the curve point would be fine, because after that there's a parking area, so whatever grade is, I don't want to change that because that is the, that will impact this whole delivery area. So I will just do this and then do grade. Now it has smoothened it. and we can see it's almost good, but this one we still have a bit of the up point, so I can do, I think so, it's because of this feature line I have here. So add to model viewer, yeah. So now I have this point and I can create this point to that point. So my blue line has the elevation 41,351. Yeah, and then this one is, let's say, quick editor. Yeah, 21. So I can fix this by selecting my feature line. So this you can see the grayed out because this depend on the red line, and I can select this one to top to the start. Yeah, this isn't touching, so yeah, I can select constant grade. Now it looks nice. Now you can see I have slopes, and this one is 1 in 35. It's fine because it's not like we're designing the whole road network. We design the horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, and assemblies. Then we can have 2.5% properly. This is for the earthwork analysis and for the proper grades to see where the site is sitting at the moment. If we don't have any like too much cuts, too much filling area. So, and also the how the site will look if I zoom out a bit, and feature line select similar and add to the model viewer. You can see, so now we can able to see that this is a parking, okay, this is the amenity building. So it's basically the rough idea. The entrance is, if you can't get the 100%, it's all right. But here I think I need to work out because you can see the road is too high, and then this one, the sides are too low. So it's the best way is I first down this one, the center line, and try to meet it here. But yeah, it will take some time and then iterations. So the process is same. You can do different ways. Some people use grading tools. I will show in next video some other videos where we can use as those, but this one I find it more useful as I can see my road, and this one is going through this point, and I can still, I think, go down this portion. So it's already slope, so I can lower this level, and that will comes to some certain grades. So if I select my surface and go the labeling, and from this to this, 1 in 43, so this is higher than this level. So for example, I select this one is 41061 and 41061, and so I would like it like 40.990 maybe, so minus 160. So I want the slope to this side, so this way I can select my elevation editor, and this one is which point, 40 point, I think we did something 40. So I can go to this point and say like constant grade 4%, and let's say if I go to this one, it's a constant grade, and from top to maybe bottom in 1 in. So now 1 in 47, still some portion is up here, but that's again, I would say it's fine. Minus 1 in 65. So yeah, it's fine. It's a side road. So once we will have the corridor creation, it will all sort out. And then to see the side slopes, for example, I have this. We have to consider that this is the HGV parking area, the top portion, and then this is the down portion, and we can see the slope is in 1 in 2.26. It is better to keep at 1 in 3. So 1 in 3 is better to have because then you don't need the retaining wall. So because retaining walls are quite expensive. So we can 1 in 2.26 is can work out, but it is still better that we should try to figure out 1 in 3. Either we will lower this area or we can rise this area. So different, like we can have different options. You can see this slope here. So we will have to figure out as an engineer to make a sound design, but the economical as well. So retaining walls are expensive. You can put retaining walls, but this will be very expensive for the client. So make sure that once you are designing, you use the economical approach as well while meeting the specifications as well. So yeah, this is, I think we have covered a lot of feature lines and how we can do the gradings and quick elevation, checking the labeling of our surfaces. And also you can see I already have loaded my surfaces, that is existing ground and basically the PG surface. So what happens is if I will go and just leave my mouse here, you will be able to see on the screen the EG existing ground is staying at 42.813, and then the proposed ground is 41.731. So it's almost 100 millimeter down. So we have to make sure that this is the cut area. So cut means we will have extra spoil, uh, the dirt or whatever you say, soil, extra soil. So this is extra. We have to make sure that we try to balance our site with cut and fill. Obviously not possible to do 100%, but it's better to go work out one by one. For example, here if I have 100 millimeter cut and I go, let's say here, I will try to achieve a fill here. So you can see the PG here is like 2 meter above or 1.5 meter above than the existing ground. So for example, we have cut from there, we can utilize it here, or we can utilize in the green areas. So all of this grading is to make economical sound platform for the construction phases. So these are the basic tips I would like to say, and yeah, and then we will have a transition on in maybe coming videos. I will show you how we can create a transition pond, because I haven't done yet, as I am currently working on this site. Once I will finish this one, I will move to the transition pond and I will be make a video to show how we can create the transition pond. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, you can ask in the comments. Or one more thing, for example, we use stream or break commands for the polylines, but for the feature lines that doesn't work. Those commands, they have different commands. I don't remember them. For editing the feature lines, you can use this edit geometry. For example, if you want to break a line, you can use this command. Right. So this one is for the break line. Uh, so this one you can see the break line. So if I select this one, I will select my feature line and it asks me to break. So I will go down first point. My first point is this, and then second point is this, and then it breaks it here. So this is how we can use the break lines. Sorry, the feature lines, editing geometry, and also if you want to join, for example, we have a feature line that we would like to join. Let's say this feature line I want to join with this one. I will go there and select the join, and it select to the join feature line and select enter, press enter. Now it has joined. So I will undo this one because I don't want at the moment. So yeah, so for the feature lines, the editing geometry works from here. It's not like you break command that used for polyline. So it's better to have a good idea to use those. And for example, you draw a feature line. Let's say create a feature line and select from this one to this asks me for the elevation. I can say from the surface, from the, let's suppose, PG surface, proposed ground, and then select another point. Ask me for this. I will go surface, select surface, my post ground. So this is the surface elevation 41.9. I will press enter, press enter. Now we have a feature line here, and if we want to add this one to the surface, we can just go there and add it to the surface as a break line, and this will add our break line into that surface, and it will. I'm not going to add. So this is how you can add your feature lines into your surfaces, and you can work. For example, if you want to draw extra line here, that you can use for the feature lines. So these are basically the tips for using the feature line and the grading lines. I know this video is a bit long, but this grading site plans is a big topic. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. I will be happy to answer. So until then, take care and see you guys in the next video. Bye.